hemp filled with smoke. The altar and the priests coated in this anointing oil. The incense is being burnt, and they go through the prayers and rituals and purifications with the smoke while they're basically breathing it in the whole time. So all of these ecstatic states that are brought about as part not only from cannabis, but we're talking about ritual chant and various things like that, movement, help bring on these things that have led to the development of civilizations. So it has really been a cornerstone of almost every culture, even our own. So almost nobody is immune now from influence of the cannabis plant up and down this planet. It's really kind of neat.
I got her back up. You got 30 seconds to slide.
All right, this is hemp fiber drying. This is a lovely picture of the production you can get. This could be used for building from anything from hempcrete, which is limestone water, and this kind of ground up to paper. This is Southeast Asia, it looks like.
He looks happy.
Harvesting hemp by hand is extremely difficult, so it still is. So that's something that's had to be overcome. Took until the 1900s to do it, the decorticating machine. This is hemp in the field. It grows very, very tall. A male and female plant.
How tall do they grow?
They can grow up to 20, 30 feet taller. Yeah, if they have a good growing condition. Here's a decorticator. No, what's this?
The decorticator is the whole real deal.
Yeah, this is just how this is separating the cord from the fiber, but this is a stationary machine. It looks like 1878. Hemp is the cornerstone for America. Yeah, there you go. I don't think he's smoking tobacco. Washington, Jefferson, the fathers of the American Constitution, were all mostly hemp growers. In the Virginia Constitution, the original one that was laid down for the colony, hemp is a requirement. All the farmers have to grow at least 10% of hemp as their crop in order to supply the British initially, and then the American Navy, but it became too useful. And most farmers were growing it not as a cash crop, but as a substantial portion of their yearly use. Walbran?
Wasn't the Magna Carta signed on hemp paper?
No, the Constitution of the United States was drafted on hemp paper, and the Declaration of Independence was.
Okay, Declaration.
Or, yeah, the Declaration was actually the finalized copy was on vellum, but all the previous copies were written on hemp paper. Hemp is still used. Hemp is used in the Canadian dollar now. It was used in the American dollar bill. It still is used in the American dollar bill. It's one of the longest lasting fibers as paper, so for money that's great. For countries that haven't moved all the way to synthetics like Australia, you can wash their money and come out the same. Hypocrisy in hemp. So the United States makes hemp illegal. This is one of my favorite posters, actually. The United States makes hemp illegal in 1938 with the Marijuana Tax Act. 37? 37. 4 years later, they're at war, and DuPont Oil and the oil industry, the synthetic materials industry, can't come up with enough fiber to supply the U.S. military. What they do is they turn around and tell their farmers to start growing hemp. 4 years. 1945, Japanese surrender, and prohibition's back up, and hemp is gone again. It's totally surreal. Like, ever since then, hemp has been making a comeback, and now hemp and cannabis in America have a very sordid history. That's its own lecture, all on its own. It has racial issues. It has cultural issues. There's a there are north-south ties to do with hemp. It goes all the way through. You can find this running thing. Now, America is one of the most progressive places in the world to do with hemp in terms of legalization, both of industrial hemp products. Vermont, I think, is the most recent. Vermont and Oregon are the two most recent states to be pushing for hemp. California is having an election this year, which will see voters actually be able to vote on a proposition to fully legalize cannabis in the state as long as it's being run under a cooperative.
Wasn't that today?
No, the election is in November.
Oh.
You can find the bill. There's actually several bills about legalization of cannabis. The one produced by Jack Hare is the most comprehensive. It's based around a cooperative system of production and distribution in order to allay fears of the corporatization of the cannabis industry. And so, yeah, we're really at a cusp. Cannabis can be used for everything. We got this lovely roll of hemp insulation that we brought back from Hemp Fest, I think.
Yep.
This stuff could replace fiberglass insulation everywhere. You're growing it. You're not producing it out of oil.
It came from Nepal.
This one came
This
from
was
Nepal. It
produced in
costs
Nepal.
just out of interest. It costs about $525,000 for Canada to keep a soldier in Afghanistan. That's what's paying for our oil right now to come over here. This could be grown in our backyard, heat our houses, build our houses with it. We could have a totally different economy based
And
around
Afghanistans
this.
could be growing good medicine.
And they could be taking care of themselves in exactly the same way instead of paying our people to go over there and cut the kids.
Well, thank you very much for
Thank you,
coming in.
Frank.
I look forward to whatever lecture we get you on to next year. But, yeah, so yeah, as Chris was saying, hemp is no longer, in some sense, just history. Hemp is now, and we're really glad to be a part of it and to be showing people what can happen and is possible with hemp. Personally, I've been a vegetarian for 13 years, and at the age of 40, I'm a very healthy specimen, and if it weren't for the amount of hemp I was eating, and probably a portion of what I'm smoking, I wouldn't be as healthy as I believe I am today, and I encourage people to try hemp for a change. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, next week I guess I'm doing history of prohibition, one of my favorite topics. So,
Oh, woo.
thanks
an hour
everybody for
for it?
coming out. Have a great day.